Yo, that guy's a fucking liar, man. There's a pop filter for the pause, man. You gotta get it right. Okay, so what the hell is up? Let's see. So I'm going to go back on August 1st, which was on a Saturday this year, and August 1st was a special day for me. It was a special day for me because me and a group called Oceans, we went to the beach on Tateyama. Tateyama is in Chiba, and so I went on the day before August 1st, so July 31st. Oh, and on the night of July 31st, I got there at 3 a.m. Slept there for like 2.5 hours. Got up at 6. Rolled some, smoked some, and then we went on the beach. And as soon as we got to the beach, you know, you could see the ocean and the sky meet together. And there were a lot of space with not a lot of people, and so it was like one of the perfect place to just paint. And so we took out all the things and started creating the back for the canvas. The canvas was huge, 3 meters by 5 meters. Probably the biggest canvas I've ever touched. And so as a group, we all did it. We all, try and figure out how to do this. It took us some time, and then we put the canvas on, and then, we were searching for the place to put this whole canvas so I could paint on it. And I found this place. So there's the ocean, there's the beach, and right like 10 meters within the water zone, I guess, there's a little bit of space where it's coming out of the water, of the face of the ocean. Just a small area, maybe like 4 meters wide, and then the length it's like pretty long. And so it was just like a little spot away from all the space of, just like the normal beach. And so I was like, oh shit, if we can put that canvas right there and, take the shot from behind, it would look amazing. And then as I told you, and he was like, yeah, that's the spot, And so we made the canvas, and we like took this huge canvas with like 8 guys, and it's not super heavy, but it's just very hard to balance with. And then we had to take all the fucking sandbags, which were fucking heavy as shit. And so we got on that space, and like even after 20 minutes, it started sinking. All the water started merging in, and so we were like, oh shit, this was the spot, but we can't do it. And so we just took a picture right there, and then we had to like put all the canvas back and the sandbags back, and we were fucking sweating. And so after that, maybe around 12 o'clock or maybe 11, I have no idea, but I started painting on this place because we are at the alternative place. And so what I remember at that spot was I wanted to start with pink. I don't know why, but I just wanted to start with pink. And so I was creating this shape out of this pink, just what I felt like doing at the very beginning. And so, but that shape like ended up for me it looking like a heart. And so I thought, I was like, okay, there's pink, there's heart, okay, I want to make it more exciting. So I draw lines around it, and then I wanted to start with the black. And so instead of having black paint, I brought whatever it's called for shuji. I don't know what the fuck that shit's called, but I started using it, but it was so liquidy and like not enough not strength, but it just wasn't the black that I wanted. And so the black wasn't there, but I started using it, and it was dripping all over. It looked a little scary, like even after like there were kids coming to paint, like they're like yaritai. And so at that point, they came over to paint a little on the canvas, and one girl was like, korechi? And I was like, oh shit. Yeah. I did not want to paint something like that, that PG-13, and so the black didn't really work out, and so what I had to do was not use black. And I think that was like the first time for me. I always like to use black. I always like to use white, just because it gives that depth, and it gives that more clear vision, more clear shape of what is there. So yeah, the black didn't work out, so I was like, okay, fuck this. And so I started using the other colors, and I only used 4 other colors, which were yellow, pink, green, and blue. And so I started painting over some black. And at first, honestly, I had no idea what to paint. I was just like trying to, whatever came to my mind, I was just trying to color in the colors. And so like even halfway through, I was kind of like not confident, but I just didn't understand what was there to be. And so little by little I started painting, and then people were coming. Some people like I didn't really like super know in deep details. And so it was interesting for me because, as a live painting, you have to be in front of people and like in a sense entertain people, but at the same time, you want to not think about them and just focus on what it is in front of you. And so the whole thing, it's hard for me to explain like step by step. Okay, I was painting this, and I was painting this, because to be honest, I have no fucking idea what the fuck I was painting. And so, but at the very end of that day, it was something special for me, and for like the whole concept of why we wanted to do this whole painting was because what happened to Hana, and what happened to 2020, and what happened to everything. I think I had a voice, and I had some words to say with what I thought with the whole thing. But at the same time, I didn't do a painting, or I didn't do the things that I'm very good at, which is painting, which I think I'm a fucking genius at. And so I didn't do that, and so I wanted to do that and express that through painting. And so at the end of the day, I didn't really finish like the whole thing, because everyone was there. I couldn't really concentrate. I probably didn't even like straight up paint for like 1 hour that day, because it was just too many people, too many distractions, too many food. At the end of the day, I saw the ocean. You got the flowers. I got these little candles that probably aren't even considered as candles because how small they were. But as soon as we're like, okay, let's find a spot to do this, and me and you were just like in front of the whole canvas, and we're just like looking at the ground. We're like, oh, where should we do it? And we were like lost a little bit. But then I was like, okay, what if we do it behind the canvas and out in the open? And so we went around the canvas, and as soon as we went around, I felt that she was there. I felt like she was talking to me. She was talking to me in my head. I heard it through the wind. I saw it through the light that's gleaming from the sun hitting off the surface of the water. I heard it through the deep sounds of the waves that are coming to me and taking back with the high pitch. And so what I heard at that moment was, would you draw me a flower? And so without thinking anything, with my feet on the sand, I started drawing a flower, and I tried to draw the cutest flower. And as soon as I drew the flower, I put I light the candle on, very hard to put on because it was very windy. As I put the candle on, and I even like on the fire on the candle, I feel her. It was very hard to put it on, and so the wind was blowing hard, but she was like still there, I was still keeping her on. And so I put that on the ground, and I took another candle, I lit it on, and I put it in the middle of the ground, and one blew out, but one kept staying there. And so I was like, oh shit, dude, she's right here. And so I wanted to look out into the ocean with her, and so I sat down right next to her, and it was just like a time where I saw everything, I felt everything, that I realized that even though it was the saddest moment of my life, it was also the happiest moment of my life. It was the saddest moment of my life because at that time I not understood, but it came back to me that time does not come back. It keeps going on. It's something that is never going to be there just because you want to be there. You can't go back in time. You can't see that light that came once through you and once through your eyes. And that, in a sense, is sad because because I went back to the moments when I used to live in the house, and when I used to live in the house, I don't know, it was just like not a dream, but it was just like, I wasn't really conscious of like the whole thing that was around me, the whole people that were around me, especially Hana, and so I saw her face, and I saw like all the interactions we did, just laughing, just talking, like even like the little things. She's like, oh, do you want to eat some soup that she made, just pouring me some soup that was fucking good. And so that made me sad, but at the same time it was the happiest moment of my life because she was right next to me, and we were just looking through without like worrying about anything. We were just free, two free souls, just like sitting side by side and just feeling the time and just being one with the whole thing. And so that was the saddest moment, but the happiest moment in my life together. And at one point, I think I was there for like maybe not even 5 minutes, and the light turned off for the candle. And so I was like, oh shit, it turned off. And so I looked at it, but I knew it was just time, even the time you're in, it never lasts. Even with the people that you love, it always keeps on continuing and going, and you can't stop the time just because you want to be there forever. And so the candle turned off, and I was like, oh man, damn it. And so I looked back into the ocean, and maybe like 15 seconds later, I feel someone walking behind me. And as soon as I felt that, I heard someone putting down flowers right next to me, and it was you. And honestly, I thought that was fucking cool. I felt like he understood what the situation was, and he made it even better. The flowers were next to me. Hana was next to me. And I fucking felt that. I was like, oh shit, It was a stronger version of her. It was like something new. It was something that she wasn't there to leave. She wasn't there to like, she's there stronger. She's there more furious. Not furious, but more, I don't know how to explain it, but she was just there in a stronger state. And so me and you, we're just looking out into the ocean, and at this point the ocean, the sun from the light from the sun is just, it's orange and it's pink and it's white, and me and you were just looking at the water that comes very close to us, but then it takes back, right? And as soon as it takes back, the water and the light, they fuse together and they create these sparkles that, just like dance right on the beach. And it was like one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, because it's a constant thing. It's every single time it does that. And I thought, that was so cool, because it's something, it's something. We live together with this thing. We don't realize that as often, but we do have that opportunity to see those moments, the beauty in everything. And so I thought that was pretty cool. And then I honestly have no idea how long I was sitting there for, but I think I understood that I can't be here forever. And so we're like, okay, ikuka. And so we started packing, we started leaving, my friends left, and we were like, okay, we're gonna stay one more day. In the morning, we're gonna finish the painting. And so I had to go back to the hotel, and I had to think through like the whole day of how amazing it is, having friends together. We're just having fun. I'm just painting on the fucking beach, This is something that I'm doing right now. And so I think through that, and then next day, we got up. Thank God the painting was still there, because we left the painting on the beach. And then I started painting, and as soon as I started painting, I couldn't stop. Like the first day I'd be like paint and then stop, do something else. But the second day, I don't think I stopped for like maybe 4 hours, just straight painting, just putting the colors in the place that I wanted to. And I finished the painting after 4 hours, just looking from back. And how I paint is I look from the back, I see the whole structure, the balance, the colors, and the meaning, and the lines that I can put on next, and the whole area of what I can do. And so that's just like the whole process of me painting, right? And so I finished, and as soon as I finished and I looked at the painting, maybe like 10 seconds looking at the painting, because even before, at this moment, like, of course I understood like parts of the painting that I understood, but as a whole I still didn't know why I'm painting this shit. Why am I painting this? And so after I finished painting the whole thing, I was like, okay, that's it. I was like, this is good. That's it. And so I look back 10 seconds later, I feel a tingle in my body because I fully understand, what I'm painting about. And that's the best thing about painting, and why I think I'm a fucking genius, is because, those paintings that I do, I don't really consciously paint like, oh, I want to paint this and then I understand because of this meaning and all this shit, I just fucking paint because I want to paint. And so after I get a fucking painting, I look at it, I see why I painted that. I see why I wanted to do that. I see why I wanted to use those colors that I wanted to use, because there's a fucking meaning in there. And so after 10 seconds of looking, I saw, the little kids that painted for me, at the left bottom, we all start from something little small, very pure, and then we go up the ladder of adulthood. And then we go, if you go to after you go up the adult ladder, it's not very complicated. It's very simple of what you need to do. And if you go to the wrong side, your side that isn't really you get lost and you go out of the painting. But if you go to the right side, which is the right side, if you know what I mean, you see happiness, you see all these different shapes, and you see the path to what you really want to be, which is one with the earth. And so you see a circle, you see a square, and then you see a heart, and then you see yourself, and you find yourself, and you find that spirit. And as soon as you find that spirit, you find another spirit. And there's this point on the right top of the whole painting is, on the left side there's a guy, right side there's a girl. And so at that girl for me is Hana. And for other people, it could be anyone that they love. And so, and Hana is coming through as a wind from the earth and from the nature of the whole thing. And so that makes me understand that she is there anywhere in nature, anywhere on earth, because she is one with the earth. And if I want to talk to her, I can talk to her anytime I want, because she's always there. I can always see her, and I can always listen to her and what she has to say and what she wants to say, and just have a conversation together. And it's so that's what I understood at that moment, and gave me tingles, it's like, oh shit, now I understand. And so I tell everyone, what I feel, that I understand, and I was like, oh shit, and I know that this fucking painting is fucking good. No one else in this world can tell me that this painting is not good. It's the fucking shit. You can't beat it because it's true. It's there, It's, if you can let it feel and let it talk to you and let it tell you a story without you telling the painting a story, because the painting don't give a fuck about you. The painting don't give a fuck about you. What people need to understand is they need to let the painting talk to you. This might be a little hard, but if you look at a painting, it gives you words. It gives you stories. And I'm talking about good paintings, like everyday average Joe painting, it doesn't tell you a story. So if it doesn't tell you a story, just get the fuck out of there and stop looking at that painting, because it's not a fucking great painting, okay? I'm sorry to all those people who paint those paints. I'm not calling out anyone, but just people who paint those paints. Oh shit, this podcast has been way too long, 25 minutes. I'm sorry to you. But yeah, let the painting tell you a story. And when you look at a paint, and what's interesting is when you look at words, it gives you an image. But if you look at a painting, it gives you words. And so it's the exact opposite of each other. And so look at the paint, let it tell you a story. Let it tell you a part of yourself. Let it tell you the truth, and put that light on that truth. And as soon as you accept that, as soon as you leave your own ego aside and just be one with the painting, you can understand. And that's how much that painting can give you power. And that's why I know that fucking painting is amazing. And it's one of the greatest fucking things that I've ever created. And one of the best things that humankind will ever create. Just, that's it, man. That's it. That's all I have to say. So, 27 minutes. I'm sorry, man. I had a lot of fun. It probably would have been like 2 hours if I talked to you, or if I talked to someone else about it. But yeah, that's about it. So, peace.